and welcome to the Her Smile series, Where You're At. In this series, we'll be discussing topics that will help you achieve your goal so that you can confidently present yourself to the world, because that's our mission, to help every woman discover her smile. Every woman be confident in who she is. This week, we'll be talking about things that concern you that you can do something about. Now, as you know, we're living in a crazy world right now. And what this does is it creates anxiety because we feel out of control. And that is because we don't know what the future holds. Every day it's changing, all right? What you need to know is that we live our lives operating in two different circles, all right? The one circle is the circle of concern. And this is where most people spend most of their time. So it's going on in your head, all these thoughts, movies, whatever you want to call them, whichever way you see them, going on in your head that's creating anxiety because they're things that worry you, and they worry you because they are out of your control, all right? So they're causing all this anxiety. And as I say, most people spend most of their time in this area. And the problem with that is that we are focusing on negatives. Things like, well, the weather. Okay, so you've planned an event and the weather moves in and ruins everything. Okay, or it's about, well, the pandemic. Again, something completely out of our control. Or you switch on the news and it's the war, all right? Or what else is there? Other people and what they say to you, how they behave, how that upsets you, the way they look at you. You know, we are sensitive. I know we're all sensitive. And perhaps it's an exam that you're studying for, an assignment, wondering if you're going to pass. All these things create anxiety. Technology drives us mental. It's always letting us down. Okay, believe me, I know. And another thing is queues or the postal deliveries. You know, we order all that stuff online, never knowing when it's going to come, creating knots in our stomach. Okay, now the problem with that is that it drains your energy. So if we're focusing on this circle of concern all the time, what it does is it grows and grows and grows. It becomes our main process of thinking. And it creates enormous anxiety, and it drains us of energy, of joy, and we become exhausted, frustrated, and we feel hopeless, okay? It's not good for your health. So we need to get out of that circle, okay? But unfortunately, it means that it also drains you of the attention that you could be giving to your circle of influence, all right? So if you're choosing to focus on and you're dwelling on the circle of concern, it grows and it consumes your life and it makes you miserable and not much fun to be with. But if we could flip it so that we focused on the circle of influence, things would change because they are positive things, all right? Things that you have control over, like what you eat, what you think, what you do, who you spend your time with, where you spend your time, and what your occupation is. These things you have control over, all right? So if you spend more time in this area, the circle of influence, it becomes more positive. You grow positively and it becomes less of the anxiety and more of the positivity, all right? Less anxiety, more positivity. That's what we all want, okay? So how do we grow our circle of influence? Now, that's a good question. Identify the things that you have no control over, okay? Find a way to get back in control. So when we were talking about the weather, take an umbrella or change the time or have a plan B. Be prepared, okay? Weather is something you have no control over. So if you've planned a wedding outside, it might rain. So make sure that wherever the venue is, it has another option, okay? So that the anxiety can be gone. It's okay, we can rely on plan B, all right? So then the pandemic. Well, listen to the health advice. Wear a mask. Avoid people, okay? Just use your common sense, but think it through, all right? So that you don't find yourself in a situation where you start to panic. War. Well, that's what we see on the news, okay? And it's something that you have absolutely no control over. If you want to help, get involved with charities that are offering help. But when it comes to the actual news and the outcome of that, there is nothing we can do. So dwelling there just raises our level of anxiety and dis-ease, which means we'll become ill. So get out of that circle, okay? Now, it could be other people. They've upset you. They've offended you. Well, this is what I've said before. Choose who you spend your time with, okay? If it's not working, make a break. And I seriously mean that. I was given that advice many years ago. Move away. Move away from the pain, all right? If it's an exam, if you're a student and you've got exams coming up, we all carry anxiety over that. That's the reason why our skins break out, because our skins show how we are feeling. And that's why when an exam's coming up, you're going to get a breakout, okay? So be prepared. Spend more time studying. Walk into that room and own it instead of feeling so sorry that you didn't spend more time at it, okay? Again, time. Be prepared, all right? Technology, it's going to let you down. So allow more time to fix it, okay? Don't let it become something that you're worried about, because it's going to let you down, all right? So one, accept that, and two, just do what you can to try and prevent it from happening, all right? And then cues. Do you have to go at midday when everyone's at lunch to the restaurant? Go just after lunch or just before lunch, okay? I'm just thinking of things. Or a shopping mall or the bank, all right? It's all about timing, so choose your timing well. But if you know that you have to go, then make sure that you take something to do. If you have to queue, have a podcast with headphones, be organized. Or just music, listen to music, but use your time well. Then you won't feel anxious and the time will just fly, because time is why we become anxious, because we feel as though it's being wasted, all right? And that makes us really frustrated because we're out of control and we feel helpless, all right? So basically, identify what causes the anxieties and come up with a plan and a solution in advance so that you aren't taken by surprise. You know yourself, you know what annoys you, okay? If getting a parking's a problem, get there early. I'm always the first to park, all right? Because I hate having to look for parking. It causes me anxiety, so I get going early, all right? So you need to be putting yourself more in control of the circle of concern, all right? So things that you are concerned about, if you put yourself more in control of them, then you are growing your circle of influence, all right? So that makes sense, doesn't it? Because there are more things that you cannot be in control of in life than you can. So the ones that you cannot be in control of, find a solution and make the plan. And then you'll be growing your circle of influence in the area of concern. Magic! All right. That's why you need to be spending more time on the one thing that you do have control over, and that's you. Your circle of influence you can grow easily by just focusing on you. Right now, you're not being selfish, because if you focus on you, you are filling your emotional tank, and then you can be the strength and the rock for those people that lean on you. Okay, so it makes a lot of sense to make yourself hard as a rock, strong as a rock, so that everyone can then lean on you and you can give to them patiently and calmly and joyfully, okay? Lots of happiness. That's what we're trying to create, is more joy in our lives, okay? Now, you are in control of your body. You are in control of what you eat, what you think, what you do, what you wear. You're in control of where you spend your time, as we've discussed already, who you spend your time with, what your occupation is. You have control over these things, okay? So you need to be focusing on them and then picking out the positives as you go along. Oh, I managed to do 5 push-ups a day instead of 4. Oh, look how organized I am with my food. I've eaten it. I've got all the things in that I should. I'm being full of nutrition, and I feel healthy and well. Instead of eating the rubbish, and then you feel guilty. Then you start going into the area of concern. Okay, now you're creating concern, and that's madness. There's enough areas of concern in this world, all right? So put yourself back in control of you. Stop the negative thoughts. The moment they enter your head, brush them away, okay? picking out the positives only, all right? Be prepared. Plan ahead. Allow more time. Be organized. This will allow you to stay in control and will allow you to identify the areas of concern that, as I say, cause you all the angst, okay? Have more faith in yourself. Rely more on you, okay? And show up for yourself. Get there. Be there. When you do that, constantly getting there, being there, showing up, builds that confidence, all right? And people will actually start to notice that you're more confident. You'll start dressing more confidently. You'll start having that little spring in your step. You'll start having that smile on your face, that joy, that glisten in your eyes. That's what we're aiming for, because ladies, you're here. You may as well live a happy life. And it's a choice as to where you put your thoughts, okay? Practice it. I promise you, it is definitely something that you can grow, this area. We should be constantly working on this. You should be constantly focusing on where you're at. Which circle are you in? Are you in this one and is it getting bigger, or are you in this one? And your emotion and your feelings will let you know straight away. The moment you're feeling anxious, you're growing the circle. The moment you've calmed it down, taken deep breaths and thought about the things you can control, this area starts to grow and you immediately feel the difference. Now, this is our mission, is to help you overcome anxiety in your life and your self-image, all right? And we are specialists in you. Yes, we specialize in what you eat, what you think, what you do, what you wear, your pelvic floor, and all those areas concerned down there that you shouldn't be living with anymore. Speak to me, okay? This is what I specialize in. All these areas. I've been on this planet 60 years now, all right? And it's a combination of all my life's work and Kirsten, my daughter, in her 30s, okay? Having birthed twin girls, and she's given birth twice. One of them was twins. Again, our areas of expertise. We know what we've done to help ourselves get out of this area and grow this area. That's why we have our beautiful smiles on our faces, okay? And we can help you too. And we want to help you. We'd love to help you. So text us, email us, okay? Contact us in any way. Go to our website. But take the action. Success is the sum of small steps taken every day. Taken every day. Action. Contact us.